Hi guys, it's Neil with Surfside Home Inspections, and this is part of our video series to help you pass the 4-point inspection. This is the inspection that they're wanting from you for your insurance, so you get your insurance bound. The insurance companies have gotten a little bit stiffer about this lately, and they want the house to be in decent condition. Not a very in-depth inspection, so I wouldn't panic about it too much. This is a part of the series of videos that we're doing to help you pass it. You can see all of them on our website at homeinspectionsbyneil.com. Just go online and search for Home Inspections Daytona Beach, Home Inspections Port Orange. We show up there and click on the Surfside Home Inspections. That's us, and go to the 4-point inspection page and you'll see the series of videos there and some written information. Make it pretty simple for you. Now, this particular video, we're wanting to cover the electrical panel. Something about the electrical panel: do not open it up yourself. What I'm going to do here, you either need to be an electrician or you need to be a licensed inspector and have had some training. There have been situations where I actually go up to a panel before we even open it, and if you touch it improperly, there's one thing you want to make sure is that it's not charged. And we have had issues where we touch a screw on there and all of a sudden there's a zap going on, and we have to call an electrician out there before anybody touches anything again. So be careful about the electrical panels. They are not to be trifled with. First things, I'm trying to make this videos educational as possible for you guys, give you some information and get you through this this simple little inspection. So I'm going to give you a little information about the electrical panel. General condition, we're looking at that. We're looking at matching breakers. I'll explain that in a second. Empty spaces, we're looking for double taps, and we're looking for proper grounding. In reference to general condition, one, it's not all rusted, falling apart, that the cover is in place, and then the next thing we're looking at is who manufactures it. Square D, ITE, General Electric, there's a host of them out there, Siemens. The only one that really seems to be a problem for some of the insurance companies is the Federal Pacific FPE panels, and I'll see if you can't get a photo on the website for that for you so you see what those look like. They've lost their UL listing as a result of their breakers. When they fail, they do not trip. Most of the time when these breakers start going bad, they trip all the time, all the time. You always run out to the garage and shut them off. The problem with the FPE breakers is they don't trip when something's overheating, and that of course causes fires and issues there. So you probably don't want an FPE. Some of the insurance companies like Citizens, they still insure it. So if you have that, don't worry about it. A lot of people with mobile homes will have the Federal Pacifics, and Citizens is insuring it anyway. The other thing we want to check is we've got a square D panel in this case, and we want to make sure these breakers are square D also. Sometimes they'll try and put an ITE breaker inside a square D panel and vice versa. You loses the UL listing at that point, and you're going to have to just have those breakers changed out. These breakers, generally speaking, are not very expensive and easily changed out by your electrician. Don't do it yourself. The other thing we're looking for is empty spaces. As far as empty spaces go, sometimes one of these breakers will be missing, and this piece right here won't be here. It'll be an empty hole. You can stick your finger in there. I remember talking to some adjusters about it, insurance adjusters and whatnot, and some mention had been made casually about, you know, people trying to repair something, and or kids in particular sticking their screwdriver in there. And it turns out it's not the kids that are the problem, it's the adults. Kids generally don't mess with this stuff, but some adult will go and stick a screwdriver in there thinking he's going to fix something, and of course the high voltage breaker bars or high voltage bars are back right behind there. So those need to match. These need to have covers. The covers are easily, you can buy them at Home Depot, Lowe's. They will have whatever type of you got. If you got a square D, go buy a packet of the square D blank covers. They're little plastic covers and they snap right in the holes. Very simple. And then let's see. We'll show you what's on the inside here, but I don't want you guys to do this. This is something that give it to an electrician. A lot of liability here, so I'm going to make the legal claim right here. Do not do this. Okay. The other thing we're looking for in here is double taps. And I'm going to put the camera in a little bit closer for you so you can see what's going on. in here, you see each of these breakers. You see a wire coming to each breaker. Now, up in here, you'll see a bolt. Looks like a bolt. They call it a lug in most cases. A little screw. Underneath each of those, most brands of panels allow only one wire to go in there. Square D actually has a particular type of washer that allows for two, and some of the others do also, but for the most part you can only have one wire going in there. If there's more than one wire, it's called a double tap. The insurance companies are very specific about this. It's on their actual questions in the forms we have to fill out for the 4-point inspection. So it's not something you want to shrug off, and we just need to get those fixed. It's a very easy fix for an electrician to do. Generally speaking, whatever their minimal charge is to come out is pretty much what they're going to charge you, and that's pretty much it. Get you set up here. But they won't charge you much more than the minimum amount. A guy can fix a double tap in 10 or 15 minutes. It takes him more time to drive out to your place and to drive back to his office. The cover actually takes more time to put on and take back off. And then the other thing that we look for is the grounding. We want to just make sure that the panel is properly ground. In this case, up top here, you got the 3 wires. We do check the size of those. Generally, they're okay. Don't have a lot of issues with them being undersized, maybe once in the past several years. So you got your hot, your neutral, and a ground. And then they talk about grounding of the panel. It's grounding, sometimes they call it bonding. And that's this big fat wire right here. And they just want to make sure that this electrical panel here is run to ground the box itself. So that's about all there is to tell you in reference to electrical panels. Check our other videos, help you get through all this. Remember, this is the one particular portion that we don't want you to mess with and try to fix yourself. If you have questions about it, call me. Go to the website. There is a information contact form on there. Type me, send me out your question. I'll get back to you. Quite often I'm in an attic or under a house, and I'm fighting off squirrels and bats and things of that nature. So I can't reach my phone. So send me a message, leave me a voicemail. I'll get back in touch. So enjoy the rest of the videos, and don't worry about this 4-point inspection thing. It's really not as bad as people think.